one of the things, and one of the inventors that are going to talk about is Helene Hadsell, who created this thing called the SPEC method.
What's this? Dude, what's it? I don't know what that is.
It's basically, okay, so this gets a little bit off the like hardcore science stuff into, well, I consider it off into like visualizing something that you want and obtaining it. And so her method, the SPEC method, and I'm kind of looking it up here, is to see it, to project it, and then to expect it, and then to collect it. And that method was her method. She won all these different sweepstakes and had an incredible track record of winning different things. And she was adamant about this idea that you sort of forged an outcome by calling it into existence through the universe and then having it actually happen.
That reminds me a lot, Jason, of being an athlete and like a Division I athlete at the University of Washington.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And one of the things that, sports psychologists would tell us that would come in and kind of like do speeches to the, all the Division I athletes on the track team was that, if you want to break a record or you want to jump a certain height or you want to run a certain speed, you have to visualize it. You have to train for it. You have to bring it into your mind and repeat it over and over and over so many times that it actually becomes real. Right? Like you're conditioning your mind to make it into reality through your body. Yeah. And that's part of training too. Like if you are an athlete in anything you do.
Yeah.
And even an artist too. Like I have a vision that I see way back here that no one can, I haven't actualized it yet, but I'm going to keep scratching at the paper to make the drawing and make it kind of massage it out or sculpt it out with a sculpting agent. Like your brain is able to pull information from a higher collective consciousness, I believe, very much like AI. Because the way AI works is like, AI is a software, essentially, engine that basically pulls from a database of like all this information that you want it to pull from. And then you tell it what you want, and then it compiles all this information iteratively over and over and over until it makes the picture you want. Very much like our own brains work in the world.
Yeah.
And my question to you, Jason, if that's the way our brains work, and that's how AI works, can we make any universe we want with our own intention?
Boy, that's this one I really think hard about, because the practical side of me wants to say it's all physics and it's all probabilities. And we just imagine stuff around that. Like that's one side of it. But on the other hand, I've had personal experiences where I have thought about something happening and it has happened. I have, I was telling you about when I was a little kid, we used to climb on trees and I think it was called flying squirrel or something.
Where's your mom? Like, don't jump out of the tree.
This is early 80s kind of stuff. So everybody was working and kids were like, you just outside doing whatever, and whatever was climbing trees. And we were literally jumped from tree to tree, but there was a, I'm not recommending this, by the way, but there was a point where you knew if you were going to try to jump to another branch, you had to be all in. You had to, there was nothing else to focus on than the fact that branch was the branch you were going to catch, how you were going to catch it, what the trajectory was. If something went wrong, the next branch down, and like you were 100% focused, but it helped so much because you just got locked into hitting that target, making that thing happen.
And so when you made the jump to the branch, you had to make a decision that literally because there's a little thing in your stomach that goes off that goes, I'm going to do it now.
Yeah.
And there's a part of you that says, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
And then that moment where you click from like, okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Would you say that you in your mind are so laser focused on making it a reality?
Oh yeah.
That you can't undo it?
Yeah. It was basically like 1, 2, 3, jump. Once you started counting down 1, 2, 3, or counting up 1, 2, 3, jump. Once you went into it, it was all about what happens when you jump. 1, 2, 3,
jump.
Huh. Wow.
Make the jump, right? And 3 is a very important number, but when I was a pole vaulter. I remember this when I was running down the runway.
Oh, yeah.
It was at a state track meet.
Yeah.
And this is very interesting. It was a really important jump. If I didn't make the crossbar, I would have been out of the state competition. And I was favored to be the winner by a huge margin going in. And there was this, as I was running down the runway, it was so important that everything started to go in slow motion. Like every step, every movement of my arms and the pole, it was like slow motion. And then I planted the pole started bending, it was swinging up. And as I got inverted and I was going up, anti-gravity being pushed up by the pole from potential to kinetic energy to kinetic energy to potential energy.
Right.
As I was going over the crossbar, I remember the universe seemed to stop. And I was able to do a million calculations like move this, before like the universe could even catch up to what I was thinking. And I cleared the bar, but I remembered that moment like, whoa, I just slowed down time. It felt like I just slowed down time. How did that happen? And I know you were telling me a story about someone that had a similar situation.
Absolutely. So when I was teaching at the UW, we had one of the classes was a storytelling class. So it was all about like, everybody has personal stories, but not many people really know how to tell the personal story, because to tell a good story, you have to set up what the story is about. You have to define the details. You have to establish what the stakes are of the story, why we would care, or why it's funny, or why it's moving sentimentally, or whatever. That's where it all happens. And the way the class ran is I told everybody in the room, hey, everybody has something about their lives that's kind of interesting and kind of unique.
Sure.
Turn that into whatever you turn that into something, and that's going to be your project. That's
an animation.
An animation,
right.
yeah.
3D animation.
A 3D animation, yeah. And I think I was telling you.
On the computer.
Yeah, if you're a project planner, you'll probably recognize that wasn't a great idea because everybody's doing different stuff. But it was for the advanced class, and this one guy happened to be a Marine, and he was saying that he was coming back from a mission in a Humvee, and it hit a...
was he in Afghanistan?
I think so. It was a deployment, and he hit a IEP, or an improvised device,
landmine.
A landmine kind of thing.
Oh man.
He was saying that time stopped for him. He remembered being in the Humvee as it was spinning and flying in the air, and he goes, all I remember is this bag of gummy bears that they had was just suspended up in the air as he was like spinning around. And
like a spiral.
Yeah. And he goes, it seemed like a minute where I was just looking at I could see every individual gummy bear. He goes, and I remember looking at each one of them in detail, but it happened in like a fraction of a second.
Okay. So